There we are. Hey, here I am.
I,
Hello, you're
I can't
alive. You're
I can't seem
alive.
to.
I am alive and not dead. I am alive
Oh
and
my
not dead.
God! That they said it was an EF4 tornado. EF4.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's the
So
worst of the worst.
this is this is not one, not two, but three sets of tornadoes heading our way. We have another set coming in right behind this one that's promising to be just as devastating. And so, hey, I mean, shit happens. That's the way I'm looking at it.
But that town that you live right by just got devastated.
It
London.
did. It did. It certainly did. And hey, I mean, when people are calling you a crazy person and that you're not really doing anything to stop this stuff, then I don't see the point. Do you see a point? I don't see a point. Oh well, hey, I'm a crazy person. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it either. Don't blame me.
Don't blame me. I didn't do it.
All right, I got my headset on. Can you hear me? Is the headset okay?
We
Yeah.
hear you. We hear you. You're a little bit muffled, but that's okay.
A little bit muffled. Oh
A little
boy.
bit, but that's okay. It's all right. It's not
Where
bad.
are, where are you, John? Which kind of where which fast food place are you hanging out at?
I am at the I'm at the location where the incident happened. There's the same place
Oh,
that
you're
I the
back at
last
the
time.
scene of the crime. Yeah, you're back at the scene
The
of.
scene of the crime. How am I sounding now?
You sound the same. You sound the same, but you're
Oh,
fine. There's nothing wrong with the sound. It's
okay.
okay. When you play it back, you'll see it's fine. It's
Okay.
just
All right. Well,
you just sound a little tiny bit muffled, but that's not a big deal. Anyway,
all right. It's not a
so
big
but
deal. You
yeah,
say
yeah, we
so. You
got
know.
we got another set of storms with tornadoes coming in right after this one. Probably be here in a day or two. And I mean, I'm just gonna sit here like this, man. I'm just gonna sit here
What
like
about
this.
the hail? They said that they reported. I saw the pictures from Dabu 7 that you had hail, just like I described in one of our last discussions, the size
Yeah,
of apples,
yeah,
size of oranges and apples
yeah, yeah.
from the
Well, that like I said, they're saying I'm a crazy person, and hey, crazy people can't stop the weather weapons now, can they? So, you know, it
Wait a
takes
minute. So
what you
just
get.
tell me, how close did those tornadoes come to where you?
Laurel County is not far from Clay County at all. It's not. It's not far from Clay County at all. It's not far at all. And but I mean, hey,
Area where I don't want to. I don't want to dox you. I don't want to give away where, but there are roads there named after your family name.
yeah, yeah, I know. I don't give a shit.
They know
Uh,
where everyone knows where Vaughn lives actually.
Is
yeah,
that
all the trolls and haters know where I live anyway, so it doesn't matter.
so? Wait,
But
so that
I just
area where you live is after your family name. There's a lot of places there that are they've got your family name there.
oh well, I'm a crazy person, man. That's what they're saying. I'm a crazy person.
So
So
how you doing, Sammy? How's everything on your end?
I'm doing all right. Things are moving quickly.
they
The
are.
the new the final push to rescue our remaining hostages and to defeat the Hamas
Hmm.
is has been activated. It's called Gideon's chariots in Hebrew, Merkavot Gidon.
Hmm.
So time is short. I told you, time is very short. Once
I
we
tell
get,
you what, man. That something's getting ready. Okay, all right. I did my morning coffee, and the day before I did my morning coffee, I saw 555. And in the morning that I did my morning coffee, the gods woke me up at 333. And then while I'm doing my morning coffee, I look down and it's 444, and I got that on camera. So yeah, something's getting ready to go down
I don't
solid.
look. I don't like to listen to fortune tellers and soothsayers, and not that I'm calling you one, but
Right,
I'm
right.
saying that there are astrologers, and I for some reason this one astrologer popped into my YouTube feed for suggestions. She's a
Really?
very nice woman. Is a good looking woman, and
Mhm.
She's an astrologer, and she gave her predictions for the months of June and July.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a southern accent, looks very blonde, good-looking American woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I could find you the link. I was even going to put it up on my Facebook, but because in our faith, we're not supposed to go according to people that
Right.
work the stars or see the
Right.
heaven, astrologers, and it's called like a foreign out.
Vodazora, yeah, Vodazora.
Yeah.
Sarah is
All
foreign.
right, so anyway, she said what? What did she say?
Well, she said everything I needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
She said that leaders would be toppled. She said that there would be extreme turmoil, extreme upheaval,
Mm-hmm.
difficult time. That the leaders, a lot of leaders in the world, will be toppled, will be overthrown, will fall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in the months of June into July. And she said that there's a very great likelihood of war and oil prices rising dramatically, and disruptions in oil, supplies, shipments, and she said oil pipelines, or it could be also the refineries in both Iran and in Saudi Arabia that could pop off. And what my rabbi said is that it's almost guaranteed that Iran will be attacked one way or another. They'll be attacked, and even President Trump, said that the time is running out for the Iranians. We won't allow them to drag things out. A proposal was sent to them. It's either accept it or don't accept it, and then have to deal with, in his words, very bad things. He went on to use the word vicious,
Yeah.
brutal, violent, and he's not holding back. He's not pulling his punches. The language he's using is very blunt and very upfront and very forward. He said either you accept the deal, disarm, stop enriching uranium, and stop
Well, now they're saying over here, or at least I saw one article over here saying that the Iranians agreed. They agreed to stop nuclear proliferation. So
no.
Well, I know they're lying through their teeth, but I'm just saying what the news here is reporting. They're saying that the Iranians
it's
agreed
all
with-
wishful thinking. It's projecting. It's
Yeah.
it's perception management. Oh, we're
Right,
almost there. They're maybe going to accept it, but the language coming out of their president and the language coming out of their top general for the IRGC is very combative. It's
Right,
very provocative. They're saying
right.
we're not going to bow down to you, and we're not going to be threatened by you. And they're being very belligerent and combative. They're not being accommodating, and which tells me that they're playing games. And I don't think Trump has any more patience for them. It's either he unleashes us on them, or there's going to be a coordinated effort to take out their nuclear sites.
Well, see, my worry is that if you take out the nuclear sites, then we're not going to have one, we're not going to have two, we're going to have 3 Fukushimas on our hands. And that's going to be incredibly bad.
We're not going to take out their civilian nuclear power plants. That's just a facade. That's just their smokescreen. That's just their veneer for their nuclear weapons program. They have the 4th largest natural gas and oil petroleum reserves in the world. And Trump made mention of that. He said, a country like yours, with the population that Iran has no need for nuclear.
No, they really don't. They really don't. That's true.
You have enough natural gas and petroleum oil to last you for another 300, 400 years. Your population.
And that's the thing that really irritates the fuck out of me between Alba Edison and J.P. Morgan and Nikola Tesla. Because if J.P. Morgan hadn't stuck his fucking nose where it didn't belong, we wouldn't even be having this discussion because everybody would be getting their energy for free out of the damn sky.
Well, it wasn't just J.P. Morgan; it was in collusion with who? Standard Oil, my dear friend, and who's the founder and owner of Standard Oil? Who?
It's one of the elites, but I don't remember which one.
Oh, come on, Vaughn, come on. Standard Oil.
Rothschild.
Rockefeller. Why do you always
Rockefeller?
Your go-to family is the Rothschilds. It's in this case, it's the robber baron deluxe de jour family.
Right.
The Rockefeller family. Hey, tell me, what does the acronym Sony stand for?
Oh God, Did you believe
it's a Japanese company? Do you think it's a Japanese company?
No.
It's not. It's a Rockefeller company.
It's a Rockefeller company.
And you know what it stands for? Standard Oil New York. Sony.
Standard Oil New York. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right. Because Rothschild's into banks, Rockefeller's into oil, Morgan is into banks. And something else, but I'm trying to think of what it was. And so each one kind of got their little niche of what they do, but yeah, you're right. But the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, according to my sensei, Robert Morning Sky, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds go way the fuck back. They go all the way back to the Middle East. Now their names were changed from back then.
I don't know about that, but the foundations, a lot of the NGOs, those were being run by the so-called philanthropists, the non-profit organizations, and the mind fuckery, the mind control.
Well, look at Bill Gates. Look at Bill Gates. I mean, Bill Gates has slaughtered billions of people in Africa and India alone. Is he in a jail cell somewhere? Fuck no, he's not in jail. Killed billions of people and he's not in a jail cell. How the fuck does that even work, man? I don't understand. I thought genocide was a crime, folks. Last I checked, genocide's a crime. Why isn't Bill Gates in a jail cell? Why? That's a damn good question. India supposedly wants him for question, and the Netherlands supposedly wants him for question. Okay, so why doesn't somebody scoop the guy up and put him in front of a judicial panel for review? Let's find out what the hell they want. Let's find out what the Netherlands want. Let's find out what they want.
PR and PBS used to have specials and documentaries. I used to like watching them when I was still in New York. Yeah. But the opening to every documentary, every news program,
Rockefeller Foundation, right? From a grant from the Rockefeller Foundation. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. I don't forget.
What's the name of that other one starts with a C?
What's that?
The family that starts with a C.
Oh, let's see. Carnegie family. Carnegie Mellon. Carnegie Mellon is what it's called now. In today's world, it's called Carnegie Mellon. It was just Carnegie by himself, but now it's Carnegie Mellon for whatever fucked up reason.
That's another family. Yeah, that's another.
It's another super family, right? Another elite family. And I'm trying to think of what they're into. Textiles? I think they're into textiles.
They were into NASA. They're
with NASA now. Okay, well, I think they started out in textiles.
Carnegie, remind me, Carnegie was also into real estate or what
real
was
estate or textiles one?
Textiles.
I want to say textiles. But
so every PBS show was the Carnegie Foundation, the
Rockefeller Foundation, right? Yeah, all elites were funding the show. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like, damn, right there in your face, and most Americans, it just went zoom right past them.
Anyway, I'm telling you, as far as the predictions that have been made, they all fall in line with what my rabbi has been saying.
Everything's coming into alignment. That is correct.
Yeah, and it seems like for the longest time there was a lot of speculation coming out of me because I've grown really sick and tired of the waiting game. And I'm not a fatalistic person. I don't want to see people get hurt or die. You were potentially in crosshairs or
I still am. I still am. They want me out, man. They want me out of the picture bad.
No, but you could have been dead by like yesterday or the day before.
Oh, I should have been dead. I should have been dead a long time.
Did you hear the tornadoes?
You know what? I slept right through the shit. So I slept like a baby, man. I slept like a baby. I slept.
Half of the tornadoes was just north of you. It was due north of you.
I know. But trust me, I know they're targeting me. I know that because when they send a fucking hurricane to Vietnam to go after my online girlfriends, yeah, that shut the trolls up real fucking fast. Because the trolls were having a field day with that shit. Oh, Bun's talking shit about going after these tornadoes and hurricanes and shit. And then they sent a hurricane for Vietnam to go after my girlfriends, and it's like, yeah. Now what's your excuse, trolls? Yeah, see, they don't have one.
Because you live right between the two towns that got really devastated, Somerset and London. You live right smack dab in between them.
Correct. They shoot all the way around me, but they keep missing the target. Isn't that amazing how that works? Not amazing how that shit works.
You know what they said that some people got swept up into the tornado, and it took them 30,000 feet up into the air, just like the Wizard of Oz, man.
Yeah.
And they're gone. They're lost.
Yeah, that's it. They're toast. Yeah, because when they come back down, they're coming down like a bullet, and they just disintegrate. You know, it's like you know, imagine a bullet going at 10 times its normal speed. Well, what happens? It disintegrates, literally.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think the human body's going to do? It's just going to disintegrate, and there's not going to be nothing left. It's just a big pile of shit, you know. And but I mean, hey, you know, like I said, though, I'm a crazy person.
That's like, what's her name? Dorothy, man. She's got
Dorothy, right? Yeah.
Swept up into the tornado, man.
Well, she had a little protection because she had the house around her, so she had a little protection. Because technically she should have been dust too, but she had that house around her.
No, come on, it's just a movie. It's a Hollywood movie.
Well, the thing of it is, actually, if you hide in your bathtub in the bathroom, you could actually survive.
Some people did that. Some people. I just saw a news report of a family in London that went to their bathroom and actually hid in their bathtub, and they survived.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You get in the bathroom, you hide in the bathtub, and write it out. And most times you can actually make it. You can actually survive. It's amazing. Don't know what the significance of it is, but you know, there it is, man. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, man. You know, well, you know, us crazy people. You know, we can't do that sort of thing. We can't stop weather weapons. So I mean, you know, shit happens. So shit happens.
Anyway, so she went on and on. This astrologer, prognosticator, fortune teller, and she said that it's best you stay put and don't move around too much. Don't travel. Don't take long distant vacations. Because the world is going to go into upheaval, so it's just like you lay low and stay where you are, stay put where you are, and don't move around, don't travel too much. That was her advice.
I don't know, man. If somebody buys me a passport and gets it stamped and then buys me a plane ticket, I may be out of here. There's no point in me defending something that doesn't defend me and that doesn't represent me. So I don't see the point.
No, but all that devastation over there in Kentucky, it might, you know, make people think differently or reconsider. The whole entire rebuilding process might make people a little.
That ain't going to change a goddamn. That ain't going to change a goddamn thing. In their opinion, not their opinion of me. So you have to understand the mindset of the Christian. The mindset of the Christian is that I'm evil. I'm of the devil. And according to good old King James in his particular version of the Bible, I'm to be put to death. Okay, and Christians, they ain't forgot that shit. They still remember that shit. And so anybody wearing a pentagram, anybody wearing any kind of pagan paraphernalia, we're of the devil and we need to be destroyed. And you're not going to change their mindset on that shit. You're not going to change it. Okay, and I have absolutely.
You know what you're reminded me of? A scene from The Waterboy with Adam Sandler, Bill Boucher, and Bobby Boucher. His mom is like, you know, it's of the devil. It's of the devil.
Oh, that's how they believe in real life. That's how they believe in real life, and you're not going to change their opinion on it. You're just not. So,
oh man, you know what? I got my heavy metal guitar all finely tuned, and I got the EMG pickups to the point where I'm doing full on Judas Priest, and I'm practicing my riffs for Judas Priest, and it's sounding cool. It's like I got the Sentinel. I got the Sentinel going on.
I love the Sentinel. I love that song.
And, it's so cool. It's not so hard to play, but now I have the effect. I have the sound, the tone that I wanted, and I'm getting really hyped because I can play it. And
well, if you play it and I sing it, it'll come out great. I promise.
It's gotten me all.
I can sing it. I can sing Judas Priest. I can sing Judas Priest. The problem with singing Judas Priest, though, is that I've got to belt out these high notes, and there's no place to do it without causing a commotion, because I got to really belt it out there. And, where are you going to do that at except in a soundproof booth, So, and there's not very many soundproof booths around here.
Israel, the Hebrew name, one of the Hebrew names for Israel is Zion. And you know what Zion means in Hebrew? It means sentinel. It means signal. It means a calling. It means a sentinel is sending out a signal calling the Jews to return to it. Right. That's the actual meaning of Zion in Hebrew. Right. Which it gets vilified, Zionist and all this. But Zion, Tion, in Hebrew is a signal, a sign, a sentinel, a calling. So it's like the signal has been activated. The sentinel is now fully active, calling the Jews to return, because the shit is hitting the fan. It's gonna hit the fan the minute we strike Iran. Where Israel is going to catch hell. It's going to catch all the blame. And then exactly like what that fortune teller astrologer woman said, a lot of leaders will fall. The markets, she said the markets would fall. She said the oil prices would shoot through the roof. And it's just like, it's pretty logical, but because she's going according to the stars and to planetary alignments and planets being in the different, what is it when you have the Mars in Libra? What's the name of the star?
A cusp? Cusp?
Not
CUSP, cusp?
No, the word I'm looking for is like when you have the zodiac, you have the signs of the zodiac, but they represent like the regions of the stars.
Right. Yeah, well, there's a lot of words used in
Aquarius, Libra, Cancer.
Minor and major and
what is that called? What is it called? The star system? Not a star system. What is it called? Star sign.
The zodiac system.
Yeah, but there's a name in astrology for it for when you have it in the. Anyway, it escapes me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So she's thinking devastation, huh? She's saying devastation.
Yeah, I'll find it. I was just watching it here. I'll find it.
Yeah,
we could sample a little bit of it. She's a very nice looking woman.
Yeah.
1 minute. One second. Here, I'll find it quickly. Tornado, storms, chaos in Indiana. Got really no seems to be weather. 1 second. Here it is. I found it. I'm looking through my history in Google. Here it is. Oh, here it is. Here she is. It's about a 15-minute long, but we can sample a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't believe it. We shouldn't be believing in astrologers, but she's very compelling. Here, John, you could play a little bit of her, like about 5 minutes of the opening link.
You're muted, John.
What'd you say?
John's
John,
muted.
you're muted.
You're muted, John. We can't hear shit.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
Oh, he's working on it. Okay. There we go. Now we can hear you.
I'm in the car, so I can't play anything.
Oh,
Last
okay.
time you managed to do it, John, on your phone.
Someone share the screen and I'll approve it.
All right, one second here.
Yeah. Now facing one another, the standoff heats at time. And all at once the silence falls as the bell ceases its chime. Upon the sign of challengers, where shrieks and cries rush forth.
Yeah, 1 minute.
And
1
knights fly
minute.
out like
Here,
bullets
I'm sharing the screen.
upon
1
the deadly
second.
course. Screams of pain and agony rip the silent air. And as the let's see, shit. I forgot.
See my screen, John?
I got my train of thought.
All right,
Yes.
it says I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, throw it up there. My thoughts, my train of thought. I was on there going at it, but I forgot. Don't hear anything. Still not hearing anything. Did you turn the sound on, Sammy, when you shared it? You got to make sure you turn the audio on when you
No. Wait a minute.
I don't hear shit. I don't
Can you hear it?
No, all I see is I just see it. I don't hear it. You got to make sure you turn that audio on so we can hear it.
Can you hear it?
Still not hearing it. You got to take it down and bring it back up, Sammy. You got to take it down, reshare it, and make sure that little audio thing is turned on.
Can you hear?
No, you got to take it down.
We don't hear shit, Sammy.
You got to take it down. You got to go to the share screen page, and on the share screen page there'll be a little button that you got to turn on that says "Turn on audio."
All right, 1 second. Here. Also share tab audio. Okay, entire screen. Also share audio.
Turn it on.
All right, here. I got it. All right, 1 second. Here, 1 second.
All right.
Try it again.
Try again. Yeah, let's try again, Leonard. We've got to share your screen with John, and then John will put it up. Ain't that right, Sparky? Or Sharky Dog? That's my boy dog right there, but he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good boy.
Center.org. You will get all of my predictions
Now
delivered
we
to
hear
your email address absolutely free, weekly. And while you're at galacticcenter.org, don't forget to check out my Patreon page. This is a Vedic astrologer. Actually, June 6th to be exact, Mars will go into Leo. And Mars will stay in Leo. It stays in Leo.
Hey, Vaughn, can you hear me? Vaughn,
Yeah, I hear you. What?
the word came to my mind. It's constellation. Constellation.
Constellation. Yeah, constellation. Yeah, there you go.
Let's hear her out.
Leo for quite some time. all the way through around the 29th of July. So June 6th to July 29th, around that time is where we have Mars in Leo. Mars fares pretty well in Leo. It's a fiery sign. It deals with leadership. It deals with leaders. So look out. There's going to be a big turnover in the area of leadership around the world. This I can promise you. But here is the real clincher. Let me scoot over here because I want to show you the charts that we're talking about. And the charts are of where the transits are these months. So there's going to be two charts that I'm going to put up, and these are the two most critical days of all. And the first one that I see here is going to be around June 20th, because on that day, it seems like it happens both days around the 20th. So around this time, we're going to have Mars come to 7 degrees, 7 degrees of Leo. And that may not seem like a big deal, but I want you to look up here in this chart for that day and notice where Saturn and Neptune are. They're going to be 7 degrees, and this is going to be on and off, that they kind of stick together. Saturn will retrograde down to 0 degrees of Pisces. It won't leave the sign, but it'll come back up. And what I'm looking at is from around June, July, August, Saturn and Neptune will hover around 7 degrees. They're not going to exactly conjunct by minute. They will actually come back together in exactly conjunct at 7 degrees by February of 2026. But they really do stay hovering around each other, around that degree mark. Now, if Saturn and Neptune are at 7 degrees of Pisces, which, by the way, this will represent the fixed star Sheet is around 6 degrees. And Sheet deals with shipwrecks, problems with the oceans, the seas, with storms, with anything to do with ships, as a matter of fact. And what does Saturn rule? Crude oil. Saturn's color is blue or black, and it's underneath, what's underneath the land. This is oil. And Neptune deals with gas and oil. So both essentially rule oil. Now I'm talking about, think about tankers that are hauling oil through the oceans with this conjunction happening on Sheet, and we have Mars at 7 degrees of Leo. This means that Mars will exactly conjunct that Saturn-Neptune, not conjunct, excuse me, will exactly quincunx by its 8-6 relationship. That is a quincunx, or some people call it the inconjunct. And what it essentially means is that Mars is around 8 or 6 signs from another planet. So if you count from where Mars is in Leo, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, the Saturn, Neptune are 8 signs away exactly when Mars reaches 7 degrees. And that's around June 20th. That aspect, quincunx, in conjunct, in Vedic astrology, it's called the Shastaka, which means 8-6 or 6-8. Because if you count back to where the Saturn Neptune are, to where Mars is, you'll arrive at the number 6 signs away. So it's 8-6. 8th house means death, 6th house means accidents. So there's death through accidents. That's what I'm seeing. And this can involve blow-ups either with pipelines, and the price of oil will probably escalate big time through all the calamity and problems that we're seeing with the tankers, with the pipelines, with explosions, also with oil possibly, at the pump jacks or whatever. This is a very dangerous time concerning oil and gas. Okay? Now, another thing is, when we're looking at this, we're dealing with some violence. We're talking Neptune and Saturn together, aside from being oil and gas, also deal with delusions. And it deals with cults, where people's minds are being brainwashed big time. When Mars aspects that, maybe a few people will either become extremely angry with their cults and push harder and harder against the truth to keep their delusions, denials intact. But all at the same time, it can also mean some people waking up from the delusions. But let me tell you something. When people do wake up from a cult, it is so disturbing, and it is so confusing. Some people even commit suicide because they can't handle the fact that their world and reality has just changed, and it's wrong. It is devastating for people. This will be happening. And I happen to notice a lot of countries, I'm looking at the Middle East, Iran, I'm looking at the other countries that I see that are totally affected, can even be Russia, Iran, of course the United States. And I just realized something. Donald Trump has his Mars and his ascendant in Leo. And I just realized Mars will be, this 7 degrees will be very, very close to his ascendant. So everyone's pulled into this big mess. This is a big mess. The fighting, the anger, Mars's anger. And then I see Mars, after all of this, people with their minds becoming unraveled and unleashed, and Neptune with Saturn means there are so many people who have been brainwashed and still continue. It can even be some type of religious cults that are consuming the world. But what I see is this has been going on for a while, and it is devastating for people. Yes, it is. And here's the next thing I want to move towards. Realize, looking at this, that Mars is coming together with K2 in Leo. Remember that Rahu and K2 travel backwards, but Mars is moving forward. So now I want to put up the chart of July 20th. 20th is where Mars will conjoin K2 at 25 degrees of Leo. And I know for a fact there are leaders and people in Canada that have degrees around this. Canada is coming under attack, and their leader will shift and change. Something big is happening there. But this is global, don't get me wrong. Because Mars and K2 represent terrorism together. Remember September 11th, Mars and K2 were almost exactly conjunct in Sagittarius. Now we have it in Leo.
That was enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was kind of rocky, but I got to hear some of it.
She goes according to the Hindu astrology, the
Yeah.
Vedic.
Well, like I said, everything is converging, and we're gonna be finding out what's getting ready to happen because I'm getting these angelic numbers over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and so something's getting ready to pop, man. I don't know what, but something's getting ready to pop. Like I said,
You've got my source, the Rabbi Nir Ben Arzi,
right,
and
right.
I'm just putting two and two together.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because you should, because it doesn't matter at this point. At this point, the energy, let's use that word, is so strong that it ain't going to matter what your religious proclivities are. You're going to reach the same conclusion. Something big is ready to pop off. What? We don't know. I don't even know. I would love for the gods and goddesses to tell me what's getting ready
well,
to
I'll
come.
tell you what it is. It's messianic revelation. It's God
Well,
revealed.
it's going to be revelation of some kind. Yeah, we're going to something's going to reveal itself.
If
Yeah.
she said cults are going to be,
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that she specifically called out cults? Isn't that crazy? That's amazing. I was shocked when she said that.
You know why that rang a bell with me? Because when we have messianic revelation and the one God of the universe is known to the whole world, Jesus goes bye bye, Muhammad goes bye bye, Buddha goes bye bye, Krishna goes bye bye. They all go bye bye. All the cults go bye bye, and everybody realizes that there's the one God of the universe, the Creator of the universe, and that's the disappointment that a lot of people will be experiencing.
Well, that or they'll see all kinds of butterflies and they'll say, hey, wait a minute. That crazy fool Von Hilton in Kentucky was right. Because I'm looking out my window and there's thousands of butterflies out there. So, that could be
We'll
what's
find
getting ready
out.
to-
We'll
We'll
find out.
find out. Yeah, we'll
But
find out.
we've got so many different sources of people from people in different perspectives on things.
Well, I've actually got 3 people that have joined Freedom Religion now, so that's good. So congrats to those people. So we're now 4 instead of 1. So
You see, it's mostly Hindu and Indian a mysticism that is actually on the money, is very accurate. It's because
yeah.
it's the end of the Kali Yuga. It's the time of turmoil and a transition phase. And now she's, according to the Vedic a calendar and zodiac, and her a methodology or her school of interpreting the stars, which is forbidden in Judaism. But guess what? In the Hebrew language, there's only one letter separating the Jews from the Indians, because we use a language as a sort of a clue, a signal. So in Hebrew, a Jew is called Yehudi. Okay, a Jew is called Yehudi. Okay, in our language, in the Hebrew language, an Indian from the subcontinent of India is called Hodi. Hodi. Okay, there's only one letter separating Yehudi from Hodi. It's the letter Yud.
You right? Yeah, letter U. Yeah.
Yud is symbolic of the one God.
Hooty howdy, hooty howdy, hooty howdy.
So the Yud is symbolic of the one God. Okay.
Hooty howdy, hooty howdy, howdy howdy.
So one thing that separates the Jews from the Indians is monotheism versus pantheism. Polytheism.
Polytheism, pantheism.
Their schools of mysticism are not too difficult, or not too.
Like I keep telling everybody, these are things that have been passed down to different cultures over the years, and then they'll adapt it to their culture so that it works with their culture and whatnot. But I mean, it's stuff that was handed down way back from ancient Sumer, and it's all been handed down to us, and we use it or we don't use it. Some, in Christianity, a lot of people don't like it because they've been told it's evil.
A lot of Jews go to India for spiritual inspiration, or
I would, dude, if I could get on a plane and go to India and sit with the gurus up in the mountain, I'd be doing it in a fucking
or to learn about certain things
learn about certain things. That's right.
here in the Western world, and Israel is a part of the Western world, they frown down upon spirituality, and
Yeah, I know, and that's
even Jewish spirituality is frowned down upon here
well,
because
that's
of
stupid. That's stupid. We
but so
knowledge is power.
there have been Jews that have gone to India and they've gone to the gurus, they've gone to the what do you call their schools over there? Maharishis or the what do you call them?
I don't know what
madrasas.
Yeah, madrasas. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
A lot of the gurus have come to the Jews that go over there to India, and they told them, look, you don't need to be here. You have a spiritual a history and a spiritual legacy that's even superior to India's. So you can study your own spiritual sources. In Judaism, the gurus have actually told Jews, you don't need to be here. You have a superior school of spirituality to ours even. Okay? So that should tell you something.
Like I said, it's the same shit's been handed down from culture
the
to culture.
Indians and the Jews, they have more in common between them, aside from polytheism versus monotheism. Right. We're far closer to the kind of spiritual...
Now, I had a Jewish rabbi tell me that Judaism is polytheistic, that it's not really monotheistic at all.
No, I told you again, just if you want to bring it up again, it's panentheism. It's not polytheistic. Panentheism. There's subtle differences here. Yeah. God created the world. The world is included into the one God. It's not the yin yang. It's even more profound than the yin yang. Right. Part of the creation. He's the creator. It's all one big, huge, a living construct. Okay, but we don't separate. And we don't have separate gods. That's what the Greeks and the Romans did. That's what the Hindus do. We don't have that. We don't believe in that.
I'm going to go get a Mountain Dew.
Encapsulates everything. It's very, very Zen. It's Zen.
Yeah. There you go, Zen. That's a good word.
It can be very Zen. But
I'm going to go get a Mountain Dew.
We actually have more in common with the Hindus than we do with the Muslims. The Muslims have more in common with the Catholics.
Right. The Muslims.
Islam is an offshoot of Catholicism. It came out of Arianism. Anyway, so it doesn't have to be so difficult to understand. It doesn't have to be so profound. History can be reevaluated, and we begin to understand the commonalities and the differences and the subtleties much more in a much more lucid way, in a much clearer way. So, as much as I don't want to go off of the Vedic zodiac and the star signs and the constellations and future and like forecasting the future and according to the stars, because that's forbidden in Judaism. I just wanted to make a point that certain schools of mysticism and certain schools of fortune telling or forecasting the future, they are many times they are accurate in what they predict. Okay, so I'm just adding more more to the argument as far as like what you're saying according to your instincts, and what you're feeling and what you're witnessing, and
well, like I said, I did that morning coffee Friday, but Thursday afternoon I saw 555. Then that morning, the morning of the gods literally woke me up at 3:33 in the morning. Literally woke me up at 3:33.
What you're saying, that you're getting signals and you're feeling the things are about
absolutely.
But I mean, just what happened to you in your region today and yesterday.
Yeah. And there's another one coming. There's another wave coming, man. There's another wave coming, bro.
And the sun is acting up. Yeah, we know that they're now it's becoming more popular to actually evaluate what the sun is doing. Solar flares and
solar flares affect our electrical grid.
Yeah, and it took out the entire Pacific region's radio.
Yeah,
the shortwave radio.
Shortwave radio, correct.
Shorted all of it out for the past couple of days.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, the Indians reported on that as well in their broadcast news.
Yeah, we need to be advised.
the sun is doing all sorts of things that are now
Yeah.
affecting the Earth's weather, the Earth's also what is it called? The tectonic
plates, right?
tectonic plates and the
Earthquakes,
volcanoes
mudslides, rock
that are-
slides,
Guess what? The big volcano, the super volcano in Italy,
and the
Campi
super
Flegrei.
volcanoes, right? Well, Yellowstone's a super volcano.
I follow this German woman. She's in Vancouver. She's a seismologist and a volcanologist.
Hmm.
And she keeps a close eye on Campi Flegrei and Santorini and all this. But they declared a state of emergency that they were holding back on, that they were trying to avoid.
Well, you don't want to panic the shit out of people, but then by the same token, you don't want to lie to them either. And so
But the Italians now, they can't hide from it. Houses have crumbled over there.
yeah,
People are passing out from noxious gases that are seeping out of the earth. They had to evacuate whole neighborhoods now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they can't get away from this. They can't hide, and the magma is about to puncture through the capstones and the sheets that are very thin. The earth is rising. The land is rising over there, and they've had to declare a state of emergency now.
And don't forget what Edgar Casey said. Edgar Casey said in the latter days, Atlantis will literally rise up out of the water. You will see Atlantis. It will literally rise up out of the water because of all the seismic activity and because of all the magma under the earth will literally push it right back up out of the sea again. Now, is he right? Well, I don't know. He got an awful lot of shit right in the past, so we'll see. But that was one of the things that Edgar Casey said.
So many ominous things and so many
a lot of ominous shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Auspicious events have taken place. The Jesuit Pope croaking. That was a big deal.
Manchester, Kentucky flood advisory until Sunday, May the 18th. Is that 18? Let me see here. Let me use my cheat sheet. Yeah, May the 18th at 12 a.m. EDT. Okay, so flood advisory out there, and like I said, we got another wave coming our way. So get ready for that.
There wasn't just one tornado; it was like about 20 or 30.
There's a bunch of they love sending groups of tornadoes. They don't just send one; they send groups of them, and it's like these motherfuckers wanting to take me out because it's what it sounds like, right? The first wave was 5 tornadoes, I believe, 5 or 6 tornadoes. And then this wave was a huge tornado and 3 or 4 little ones to go with it. And now this next one, I think it's just going to be another group of 4 or 5 tornadoes. So, they're wanting me out bad, buddy. They want to take my happy ass out bad for some reason.
I'll tell you something just according to what I'm feeling and kind of picking up the vibe from what my rabbi's saying is that he also said it last week. He said the humbling of the human race, but especially of the Jewish people in order to get them closer to God, has been an ongoing process. All these events that we've been going through, but with the final clincher is when the money dies and when everybody loses their money.
Right.
He said this specifically about the Jews. He said, when you all lose your money, you will all be the same. Everybody will be equal. Okay, so you won't have as much strife. And
when everybody is out of money and the money is no good, these elites have no power. They lose all their power. And that's significant because then the people of Earth are free from their control, which hasn't happened in thousands and thousands of years. And that's what I keep telling people.
So let me go on and say this. When he said this, he said it's not going to happen right now. It's not going to happen tomorrow morning, but it's close.
It's close.
So I'm trying to figure out timing, which is also kind of forbidden. It's called we're
not supposed to know the day or the hour, but we can get an eye.
We're trying to calculate the end or the moment of
it's not really the end.
Finality.
The end of an age.
No, the end of the age, the end of the world, the end of the world we know. All right, so everything will shift
because everything's changing, right?
And it won't be pleasant. It's exactly how that astrologer woman described it.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of people's delusions are going to go away, and
Yeah.
a lot of people's false gods are going to go away. And specifically, the number one major false god of this world that man created is the Jesus.
Right.
The Jesus and that delusion is going to be very
Well,
painful.
I talked to somebody on True Social about this just day before yesterday, I think it was, and I said, now listen, you understand that if we didn't have original sin, that there's no reason to have a redeemer, right? And they're like, what? I said, let me say that again slowly. If we didn't have original sin, there's no reason to be redeemed because we didn't break the law.
No.
It's an advocate. An advocate is a lawyer.
It's not about original sin. It's about good and evil, and you
Well,
can't
yeah, it's
and you
about good
can't
and evil.
deny that there are these two distinct forces,
Oh yeah,
evil.
oh yeah. Believe me, I know there's evil out there.
And so the Redeemer in our faith is redeems us from evil, not from
evil,
original
right.
sin.
Right.
The Christian invention, that's a Greco-Roman imperial a screw job, a psychological
Right. Psychological warfare, correct.
Screw job on the poor believers.
Well, makes them dependent. Makes them dependent on them. See,
Yeah,
they're
it makes them
dependent
dependent on the Jesus.
Yeah, they're dependent on them, and I keep
false
saying
god.
that.
It's a false idol invented by the Greco-Romans, by the Herodians, and they did it very, very cleverly
Very
in order
cleverly,
to. Who were their main targets? The minds of the Jews.
So it's pagans.
No, the Jews specifically. They targeted the minds of the Jews in the first century to get them off of believing in their Messiah in order to transfer over their.
I see what you're saying.
Into the Greco-Roman invented Messiah, namely Jesus. Okay.
Right. Yeah, and
that delusion is going away.
But
and that will redeem the human race from evil. Evil will die. Evil will
Evil's
end.
going bye-bye. Yeah, I've already known that. I was told that a long time ago. Evil's going bye-bye. I will actually play a part in that. My children will actually play a part in that. I don't know to what extent. There was a prophetess, a seer, a new age or whatever you want to call her. She messaged me on Delphi forums years and years and years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. She messaged me on Delphi forum. She was so excited. She said, Vaughn, you're going to be married. And not only are you going to be married, you're going to have children. And those children are going to destroy evil in the earth. It's going to be a glorious time. And you got to laugh because at the time I didn't even have a girlfriend, And she's like, you're going to be married and you're going to have kids and it's going to be awesome and everything's going to be great. And she, she said that my children would have a prophecy over them, which they do. And then I have a prophecy that says you have a great and glorious future that'll benefit all of mankind. So obviously that hasn't happened yet either. So
we're on the cusp of it now, to use that word again.
We're on the cusp of it now? I hope so, because I'm ready for this shit.
I have been going on and on for about a decade with John about the end of the money being the main...
that's the main focal point, yeah. That's the main focal point.
Yeah. The main driver.
Absolutely, because see, when their money is no good, what's going to happen? These criminals are going to come to them and going to say, hey, your money's no good. I ain't working for you no more. And so you don't have to fear death or being robbed or raped or whatever because the money's no good. What advantage do they have? They no longer have an advantage. They no longer have power over the people of Earth, and the people of Earth will actually rise up and rebel at that point.
Let me make this correlation, and again, let me make this connection. Okay, America attached, and Glenn Beck did a nice kind of like a deconstruction of this topic, the financial system. America attached the dollar or to petroleum. In order to have domination.
They even call it the petrodollar. They call it the petrodollar.
The financial system is, and let me remind you again, what is Rockefeller known for? What is
oil.
The oil, the petroleum. What's the name of their company that they started with?
Standard Oil.
Standard Oil. Does that begin to ring a bell in people's heads?
Yeah.
Who orchestrated the petrodollar agreement with the Arabs in the early 70s? Nixon, Kissinger.
Actually, Kissinger and Zbigniew Brzezinski were the main.
Yeah, and who were they serving?
They served Rothschild.
Rockefeller.
Did they say Rockefeller? I thought they said Rothschild.
No, fucking Kissinger had a picture of David Rockefeller on his
oh yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
And he constantly sucked up to David Rockefeller.
And
he constantly thanked David Rockefeller.
Yeah,
and he constantly, gave him.
And Rockefeller created the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission, both of whom are anti-American entities and need to be abolished.
Who began deindustrialization in the 70s? It was Nixon, but it was on the recommendation, and not even recommendation, direct orders from Rockefeller. Rockefeller. You know why? To prop up the petrodollar.
Money.
Okay, how do you prop up the petrodollar? You make the world dependent on the dollar.
Yeah, make it dependent on it. Yeah, absolutely.
But in this respect, you have to get rid of all of your manufacturing and industry and give a reason for other countries to manufacture in order to sell back to America or to sell to the world. In what currency? And the dollar and the petrol. Right? So there was a self-destructive aspect element to the petrodollar that was actually a long-term process of degradation, of decline, of degeneracy, because America had to surrender its industry and manufacturing in order to prop up the petrodollar.
Right. Let me say,
for the sake of consumerism. Right. So you can see it was a long, drawn-out process of decades, and now it has worn itself out. It has actually, lost its energy. It has
speaking of losing its energy, let me say this to dovetail right into that. Okay, as everything comes crashing down, don't forget, folks, we have Nikola Tesla that proved it. He didn't just talk about it. He didn't just have writings on it. He proved that we can draw energy right out of the sky to power our homes, power our cars, power everything we got without harmful chemicals, without destroying the environment. Why isn't every motherfucker on the planet on board with this?
And guess what? Donald Trump's older brother had access.
Older brother had the documents. He had them. I don't know if he still does, but he had them. But here's the thing, folks.
Graduate, and he had access to.
He had access to them, correct? But here's the thing, okay, folks. You don't need nuclear power. You don't need oil. You don't need natural gas. Even we just pull it right out of the air and power anything we want to power with it. And that's the beauty of it. And like I said, if J.P. Morgan had stuck his nose in it when he did, why did
he? Why did the Rockefeller stick their nose in it? Why?
J.P. Morgan is on record why he did it. He said flat out, he said, I can't make no money off of it. He said that. He said that to Tesla's face. He said, I can't make no money of it. And Tesla said, that's the point. I want it to be free. I want people to get energy for free.
Why did they the electric car for decades? Why did it have to take Elon Musk and Tesla guess what? Tesla to.
That's the thing. We don't need those batteries, though. We don't need lithium batteries.
Mass manufacture electric cars when the technology was available in the 60s and 70s, and people built
it. General Motors put out a car called the EV1. You guys can Google that. And they put it out there and tested it and everything, and then they shelved it because of the internal combustion.
Look, well, let me be a little sardonic here about it. People played along. People went along with this because they understood, if not in a sophisticated way, that all these robber barons, all these so-called captains of industry, choosing the oil and the fossil fuels and the gas over the technology that would be free serve the interests, the financial and economic interests of the United States, and keeping the United States the hegemony and the superpower. But at what cost? At what it was at the cost of deliberately degenerating the American people. Let these social engineers rule over you, and their objective is to keep you as dumb as possible, keep you as sick as possible, keep you as stupid as possible. But you benefit from the petrodollar. You benefit from becoming the center of the world, the center of commerce, the de facto empire. But at what cost? The American people were bamboozled, but they were also seduced. A lot of them went along with it because they felt this is our power, this is our tree of a limitless credit, and they never thought it would come to an end. And when it comes to an end, it's the same as paying the piper, and you pay the piper with the most precious thing that you own. The lives of your children. You give up your children, and they actually took your children from you. They made them sick. They made them infertile. They made them sterile. They made them stupid. They made them degenerate. They made them sick in the head. They look at your culture. They made them incapable of maintaining relationships and families. This is the price you paid for playing along with the robber barons, with the captains of industry that sold you a false bill of goods. American hegemony, American supremacy. We're number one. At what cost? At what cost?
And the irony is that the founders say right in our founding documents that we're not to be a power in the world. We're supposed to be isolationist. We're supposed to be staying out of everybody else's business. George Washington himself said, "Do not become entangled in foreign affairs." And what do? We run out here. We become a superpower, unquote.
Yeah, well, that debate,
and we're not. And the founders are very clear. We're not supposed to get involved in other people's.
But they were even having that debate in their day when they were still alive, with in the late or like in the early 19th century.
We're not supposed to be. We're not supposed to be having.
It was James Madison and Monroe. And it was Hamilton and all these people.
Well, Hamilton was a communist, so fuck him.
No, but there was a British Empire also whittled their way and influenced through their banks.
East India Company.
No, but the way they managed to whittle their way in through the banking
system. They whittled their way in, right.
Very easily. And they perverted what the Founding Fathers intended. They did. From day one, from the early decades of the United States.
Well, okay. Down here in the States, okay, they call it Washington, D.C., right? But did you know that's not its name? That's not its name. It never had the name Washington. It was only called the District of Columbia. It was never called Washington, D.C. It was called District of Columbia. That's in the actual documents.
Whatever, man. It's like we can unhash it and expose all the intrigues and all the conspiracies and everything. But in our modern day, in our lifetime, we lived it, and when I was born, and when I arrived in the United States, those were pivotal moments in the 70s and the early 80s and everything. Those were pivotal moments that shaped America to become what it is today. And America is a basket case, and people who lived it can understand how it became a basket case.
Yeah, well, for these elite bastards controlling our country, they come over here in 1871. They established the Act of 1871, which established Washington, D.C. Actually, like I said, though, it was never called Washington at all. Washington would have never approved of Washington, D.C. ever. But it's called District of Columbia. It is literally a country within a country. It has its own constitution, its own judicial, its own executor, everything, and so it's an entity unto itself, which is unconstitutional on its face. And then
again, the benefits of having the world reserve currency by way of the petrodollar and everything that Glenn Beck broke down in his latest last show. I saw it on Alex Jones, and then I watched it on his channel. Mm-hmm. He breaks it down perfectly, all the financial intrigues, the economics, and everything, all of it. You had the party years, you had the years of plenty, but it was understood that it would lead to corrosion, to social degradation, to degeneracy, and to when once a conspicuous consumerism has its final shebang, and it's no longer viable. You always have to be novel, and everything has to be novel and enticing and exciting. So I go to the most base and most vile of human instincts. It's sex and pornography. The proof that America, as it was molded and shifted from the 70s, has run its course, is that pornography has become beyond disgusting.
It's gotten to morbidity. It's at the point of morbidity. See Smoker outside says, I thought Von Helton was a weather wizard. Well, you know what? The people down here don't want me doing that. They don't want me stopping the weather. They say that I'm crazy for stopping the weather. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sit on my ass with my arms folded and let it happen whatever happens. Because hey, if they're going to accuse me of being crazy, then I don't see where I need to do jack shit, huh? So I just let shit happen the way it happens. And if something happens, oh well, too bad. Because that's the way I feel about it. They don't. You
know why the fucking liberal progressives are so pissed off with Robert Kennedy Jr.
Because he wants to save America.
Because he's exposing their shtick.
Right.
All they do is just talk a good talk a good game.
They talk a good game.
It was fucking what's his name, Bernie Sanders. His main kind of issue for his campaigns was lowering prescription drugs prices. And who delivered on that? It was just Trump.
Yeah.
And who else is delivering on health? It's a former Democrat who's turned his back to the goddamn disgusting liberal progressive.
Well, it's funny. Elon Musk thought I was crazy when I said that these elite bastards are doing all kinds of evil shit, drinking blood, eating the flesh of babies and shit like that. So he goes over there and says, holy shit, that crazy fool Von Helton ended up being right. And he actually told them off.
It wasn't just him, it was FBI investigators and CIA.
But I have my little piece in there. I got my little piece in there.
Mercenaries that also spilled the beans.
And he went in there and he told them off live on stage, which I thought was fucking awesome. So, hey, it's
one of the Jewbag Ben and Jerry characters. Was it Ben or Jerry there, John? That was in a hearing when JFK.
Ben and Jerry. Ben and Jerry did something in the news. What
was testifying, and then one of the Ben and Jerry founders. I think it's Ben.
Yeah.
I think it's not the fat one. It's the skinny one. It's Ben. Jerry's the fat one. Yeah. Two fucking lip twat Jews from Vermont. Okay, another lip twat Jew bag from Vermont, like Bernie Sanders.
All right, is Elon Musk good or bad?
They've run out of steam. They have nothing to offer. All right.
Well, he says, is Elon Musk a good or bad person? Well, he told off the elites, so that's a feather in his cap for sure. And he wants to help out the American people, so that's a good thing. So, an individual is a multifaceted person. They have different aspects, some that we like, some we don't. Robert Kennedy is big on holistic medicine, but then at the same time, he likes the MMA shot. And
you know what he just said the other day, was yesterday or the day before? He said, do not take medical advice from me.
Right.
He said that.
Right.
He said, don't go off of anything I say.
Right.
Do your own research. Don't take medical advice from me.
Right. Well, like I said, he's for the MMA, which I'm vehemently against. But the thing of it is that, everybody has good points and bad points, okay? Elon Musk has good points, he has bad points. Robert Kennedy Jr., he has good points and bad points. Trump has good points and bad points. And so you want to accentuate the good points and relegate the bad points, which is not often easy to do. But we got to play the cards we're dealt with, and these are the cards we're dealt with. So we play those cards, and hopefully we can get a full house or a royal flush and win the game.
Well, you've got a royal flush because all of the filth and corruption is being exposed. It's no
being
longer
exposed. Yeah, it is
no longer speculation.
Yeah.
It's no longer conspiracy theory.
We're not conspiracy theorists anymore. We're fact checkers now. We're fact checkers now, man. We're not conspiracy theorists anymore because we've been proven right. What was it that one magazine said? 91% accurate. Holy fuck, man. That's great. That's great. 91%. So
well, this lifts a lot of the weight and the burden off of our shoulders, and we're no longer just the targets of all these.
We can't be. Well, they can't target us now because we've been proven right. So I mean, what can they say? They can't say shit. Can't say nothing.
Jones said it. It was a Mark Twain quote. It's like
what's the difference? What's the difference between a fact and a conspiracy theory? 6 months.
6 months, right? About 6 months, yeah. Give the conspiracy theory about 6 months, and it'll eventually prove out to be correct. Yeah. So that's
patriot is scarce, hated, and scorned. But once once
the victory is won, then it's easy to be a patriot, right? I remember that.
Mark Twain.
Yeah, that's a slogan. I forget where that slogan comes from, but it's been around for. Huh?
Mark Twain.
Oh, Mark Twain. Okay. Yeah, it's been around for a while. So yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to be a patriot once all the work's done, right? It's easy to be a patriot then. But yeah, it and like I said,
It's hard once you've swallowed so much poison and delusions and mind control. It's hard.
And then you got William Casey, the head of CIA. He comes right out. He just blurts it right out. Everything Americans believe is a fucking lie. All of it. Yes, even religion. It's all a lie. And William Casey, head of CIA, said that shit live on stage in front of everybody. So I mean, they're not even hiding this shit anymore. They're proud of the fact that they deluded the American people. They're proud of that fact. And so now we got to pick up the pieces and drive on with our bad self as best we can.
I'm ready to sign off, guys. I'll give you my last 5 minute
all right, dude.
Summary.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, what that lady from I think she's a Texan. She has a Texan accent. The Hindu vegan astrologer is lining up with everything I've said, all of the commentary I've provided that came from my rabbi, Rabbi Nir Ben Artzi. Okay, we've waited forever. Me and John, have been talking for years, 7, 8, 9 years. I can't recall how long, but for a very long time. And and every time, we say that this is it. There's more. There's an extension period. There's more time given, and God is merciful. And I don't know the mind of God fully to say when He decides what to do, what He wants to do. I only have a feeling for what He's doing, and I can't be the one to predict the exact date and time.
Bong.
But at this point, you have to be an absolute freaking fool living as some sort of.
You got a question in the outside chat, Sammy.
Yeah, what's the question?
245. He says, question for Sammy. Do you love or hate the United States, and do you want it to collapse?
No, I don't hate the United States. I feel bad for what happened to the United States. I grew up American. I had a good time when the party was on and life was good in America. I was there for the time when it was still a convincing and sort of like attractive and a enthralling experience. And I felt head over heels for the United States. I wouldn't have volunteered to serve in the United States Army if I didn't have feelings for the United States. I don't want to see the United States collapse, but the way, and Vaughn would say it as well, what America has turned into, Trump is doing his damnedest and his best to do it in time to help heal America or to help America recover.
Mhm.
It's too much of a burden. It's too heavy, and I don't think he even said it. And even Jones said it in his recent videos. You were warned. You were warned. And Glenn Beck, you were warned. You were warned. You'll have to go through a difficult transition of a financial collapse. There's no way to avoid it.
I've been at this, Sammy, for 55 years.
I do not wish this upon the average American, that I still feel camaraderie. I wouldn't be talking to you.
Right.
I wouldn't care about you. I wouldn't
Right.
even make this effort to speak the way I do if
Right.
I didn't think that most people in America, they're not guilty of what was done to them.
No,
They got swept away. They got tricked. They got mind controlled. They got propagandized. I was one of you. I had the same thing happen to me, and it's not out of resentment that I speak in such a way that may sound angry and resentful.
Right.
It's just what God Himself is actually foisting on you now. The end times are not free of judgment. The end times are full of judgment. All right? So there's no way of getting around that. There's no easy out here. There's no easy out. Again, I'll repeat my message. God wants the Jews of the world, the Jews living outside of Israel, to return, to ingather. It's part of the Messianic process. It's part of end times Hebrew eschatology, the Jewish prophets, the Hebrew prophets. This is what God wants. This is what God will get. As far as the people of America that are not guilty, that are not evil, I do not wish evil upon you. I do not want to see you suffer.
Right.
But I am not God.
Right.
All right? I am not God. Whatever His will is His will. And this is where I start. Have a good night.
All right, Sammy. I'll see you. And so there we are. There we are, folks. But yeah, I saw 555 Thursday afternoon. I saw 555, and then Saturday morning, Thursday afternoon 555. Friday morning, the gods wake me up at exactly 3:33 in the morning, and then while I'm doing my morning coffee, my I Was Right video, I look over and it's 444, and I got that on camera. I actually got that on camera. So these angelic numbers keep coming over and over and over and over and over again. And that's it. There's no way you can call it coincidence at this point, because they're literally happening over and over and over and over and over again. And so there is something big getting ready to go down. It could be the destroyer. I mean, the gods and goddesses told me, they said the destroyer is coming to wipe out these elite families and to set the people of Earth free. And boy, that sounds like a damn good idea. So I can't wait for that shit to happen. And hopefully I will have a small part in that. Hopefully my kids will play a part in that, because we're supposed to destroy evil on the earth. We'll see what part we play in that. But the destroyer is coming, and the people of Earth will be set free. The gods and goddesses specifically told me that America would be restored back to a republic again. And I had a whole bunch of Chinese on Getter asked me, said, well, hey, man, is China going to be restored back to a republic? Very possible. It's very possible. Because, see, people's eyes are going to be open to all the corruption that was going on. And it's going to make them think. You're going to stop and think, hey, wait a minute, like Sammy said earlier, people are going to wake up. And that woman said on that video earlier, some people may even commit suicide because they'll be like, they got so accustomed to being a slave that that's all they know. And so they'll commit suicide, not realizing that they've actually been set free. And that's tragic, obviously. And I don't wish that on anybody. And Ozzy Osbourne, is on record saying suicide is never a solution. So listen to Ozzy. He's telling you the truth. Suicide is never a solution. But yeah, it's going to be an incredible thing. You look out your window and you see thousands and thousands of butterflies. What are you going to do? You're going to say, hey, that's pretty significant. You go online and boom, you bump right into the butterfly prophecy. And it's like, oh, well, here's a guy who's telling us all about it. Months, years, whatever, ago, and so then you act accordingly, and everything works out great. So we'll see how things go, man. We'll see what happens, but obviously, things are moving because I keep seeing these angelic numbers over and over and over and over and over. And it's ironic because I ain't got no funding because everybody's giving their super chats to everybody but me. And so I'm going to have my internet, my phone, and my cable turned off on the 26th for lack of payment. And meanwhile, all these people telling you half truths and walking that razor's edge so that they don't lose any of their subscribers. Them people, that have told you half truths, they're still going to keep going on. So I mean, I guess that's what people want. They don't want the raw truth. They just want a half truth that tickles their ears, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be funny. Meanwhile, all these angelic numbers keep coming and coming and coming. So we'll see what happens. And the trolls are like, well, maybe the angelic numbers means you're going to die, Vaughn. Well, if I die, then I die. Oh well, if I die, I die. So what? I ain't worried about that shit. I mean, I'll just come right back because the prophecy over my head hadn't happened yet, right? So I just come back. I'll either come back in this body or I'll come back in another body. But my prophecy has not been fulfilled. Therefore, I have to keep coming back until that prophecy is fulfilled. That's how prophecies work. There's no power on earth, above earth, or below earth that's going to stop a prophecy from occurring. They can delay it. They can forestall it. They can make life miserable, but are they going to be able to stop the prophecy? Ultimately, no. The prophecy will eventually come to pass. It has to. That's how prophecies work. So, but I am not worried, because people ask me all the time, are you worried? I said, no, not in the least. I had six tornadoes heading straight for me. What was it? A week ago, I think it was. I had six tornadoes heading straight for Clay County. And everybody asked me, well, aren't you worried? Aren't you worried? I said, nope, I'm going to sleep like a baby. Because I know in whom I serve, and that is the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. And I know that they have a plan to restore my life back to the way it was. And then on top of that, I have the prophecy over my head that says you have a great, glorious future that'll benefit all of mankind. And so between those two things, no, I'm not worried about shit. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through some tough times probably, but I'm not worried about anything because I know that everything's going to work out in the end, and that's all that matters. So I'm not really concerned about it. That's just the way it goes. And I don't know where John is at. I don't know if he wants to go. We're coming up on an hour and a half. I don't know if he still wants to keep going or what does he want to do. Yeah, somebody in the outside chat. Where'd John go? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, my Animax being turned off. For how long? For indefinite. I don't have no money to pay the bill, dude. And so yeah, it's getting turned off indefinitely because I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money coming in. Meanwhile, these trolls online are getting $50, $100 super chats. So I mean, people want the lie. They don't want the truth. They want lies. And that's just the way it is, man. People want a comfortable lie instead of the raw truth. And so they give money to all these trolls and haters and naysayers and all these people that give you half truths. They'll give them super chats. They'll give them money on their PayPal or they'll give them money on their Patreon. It's just the way it is, man. It's the way shit goes. Nobody. I mean, look at my cash. I mean, is my Cash App going off right now? No, it's not going off. I mean, I've had my Cash App out there how many years? I just signed on to Ko-Fi, thinking that maybe people want to use Ko-Fi, and no, nothing, not a damn thing. So, oh well, that's the way it goes, man. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear a comfortable lie, and that's their prerogative. It's my prerogative. That's the way I want to live. It's my prerogative. But anyway, that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes, Honshu. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know where John went to. We're coming up on an hour and a half. So I guess he's going to end it at an hour and a half. I don't know. But yeah, everything's getting ready to come down. Maybe me going dark is a sign in of itself. You know, maybe we're going to get those 3 days of darkness or some shit. You never know. It's untelling what. Me going dark would be a physical manifestation of the 3 days of darkness that's getting ready to occur. I don't know. I'm guessing. You know, the gods have not revealed what's going on. I have to guess, just like you. They're keeping their cards close to the vest for whatever reason. And but if the gods and goddesses tell me something, I'll tell you, provided I have internet. Provided I have internet, I'll tell you. But until then, they're keeping their cards close to the vest. So we'll see what happens. And it is 1:30. John, where are you at? It's an hour and 30 minutes, bro. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at, man. How far behind in payments? I'm not far behind. I'm just, the financial backers are tapped out, dude. They're tapped out. They're done. They're done. They basically said they were done. So that's it. I'm on my own again. So I need to have steady income coming in. Now I am trying to get my disability again because I got denied again. So I'm trying to get that, but I kind of jumped the gun. I thought since I had already tried just like not even a month ago to get it, that the lawyer would just go in there and say, "Hey, give him his shit," and that'd be the end of it. But it didn't work that way. We got to go through the whole fucking rigmarole all over again, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But that's the way they got to do it, I guess. Whatever. Because I thought the lawyer would just go in there, "Hey, give him his stuff. You denied him for years and years and years. Give him his stuff." You know, it's kind of like what the judge said in family court. "Hey, give him his money." Well, they don't want to give me my money. I don't know why. They just don't want to give me my money. So whatever. Do you recommend dating apps to find a wife? I cannot decide if they are good or not. Dating apps are no good anymore. Now, you say, "Well, Vaughn, you found your wife on SinglesNet." Yeah, that was back when dating websites actually helped you hook up with people in the real world and get married and shit. They don't do that no more. Dating apps now, they consider a date, okay, to be you texting somebody else on their website. They consider that a date. That is considered a date now. It's not a date, it's texting, but they consider it a date. Okay, so you get the play of words here. It's a play on words because you're not dating them, you're just texting them. It's not a date, but they call it a date and they'll charge you for it because every time you email them on their service, they charge you. Every time you do a live a video, they charge you. Every time you watch one of their videos, they charge you. Every time you respond to something, they charge you. And so what is it? It's just a money racket. You never actually meet these people in real life, like I did on SinglesNet with Andrea. That's all gone. The goal is not to get you to meet this person in real life anymore. The goal is to get you to spend money. And so the dating sites are nothing but garbage now. And as far as I know, eHarmony is even the same way now. You don't actually meet somebody in real life. You just get on there, you chat with them, and that's considered a date, an e-date, I guess we could call it. But and then of course they charge you money for it. But yeah, dating websites are foobar now. There's nothing wrong with nothing good about them. They're just money pits now. Okay, it's just money pit now. Years ago on SinglesNet, I met Andrea. We were able to chat privately amongst ourselves, and then we were able to exchange our emails, and we started emailing each other. And then she came up here to be with me from Alabama, and everything hit it off really nice. Everything was going swimmingly until these trolls didn't like the fact that I spoke out against Obama and made those abomination videos. And that's what set everything off. And then they got on Skype and plotted to destroy my family and my finances and get the local government to do it. And that's exactly what happened. And that's how things went down. Yeah, well, the dating websites back in the day, see, would let you meet somebody in real life. They won't do that no more. You try to send somebody your email or your address or whatever, all they see on their end is a bunch of little X's. That's all they see. They don't see your email or your name or your address or nothing. They just see a bunch of X's. They've got the software made that way. So if you try to give them your email, they won't see it. They just see a bunch of X's on their side. You see it on your side. You can type out your email on your side, but when it gets to them, all they see is X's, or they may not even see anything at all. It may just be an empty email, but they won't see nothing. They won't see anything. They prohibit you from meeting in real life or connecting in real life in any way because they want that money. See, everything is about money now. It ain't about doing what's right. It's about money, and that's just the way it is. And I even contacted this one website, and I said, "Look, man, what do I got to do to meet this person in real life?" And they said that I have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on their website, and in protracted time, months and months and months, even years, and then I might be able to exchange my personal information with this person. And it was a might, it wasn't a guarantee. In other words, no, you're never going to meet this person. Okay, they're never going to let you meet in person. I mean, did it take years for me and Andrea? No, it was like a couple months on SinglesNet. Then we were able to exchange emails, and then everything clicked, and she come up here to be my wife. But it was it was a different time back then. Obviously, dating websites now are foobar. They're totally foobar. They're just a money pit. There is nothing legit about a dating website today. And like I said, eHarmony now is the same way. I bet. I'd almost bet. Go Fish, Go Fish, and eHarmony, all the big named places. I'm still banned on Go Fish, I think. And you're spamming. No, I'm trying to find a wife. I'm not spamming. I'm trying to find a wife. You're spamming. Boom, you're banned. It's like, what the fuck? How the hell am I supposed to find somebody if I don't put myself out there? What a bunch of shit. But anyway, and that was Go Fish did that one. So in case you all are wondering. So yeah, fuck them sideways. They're a bunch of assholes. They're a bunch of assholes. Yeah. I don't know where John is at. It's 1:37. Where you at, John? Are you there? Did you fall asleep? John may have fell asleep. Or he may be busy working, or he may be with the girlfriend or something. I don't know. Who knows? I have no controls, so I can't shut the show down. All I can do is sit here and talk. So that's what I'll do. I'll sit here and talk. What I am going to do, though, is go get an ice cream sandwich. That I am going to do. Get me an ice cream sandwich, and I will be right back. Mm-hmm. I tell you what I want. I'm going to go online. I'm going to go online and I'm going to search and see if I can find me some foot-long hot dogs and foot-long hot dog buns, and see if I can't make me some foot-long hot dogs with chili and cheese and ketchup and mustard and mayonnaise, and get me a foot-long hot dog like I did when I was a little boy. I ain't had one of them since I was a little boy, and I'd love to have me a foot-long hot dog. Because, the nearest A&W is like 1,000 miles away. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to A&W and get me a foot-long there. So, I'll see if I can order that shit, or, find a distributor or something and try to get me because I'd love to have a foot long. Another thing I ain't had in a long time is a banana boat. I ain't had one of them since I was a boy. And so I want a banana boat and I want a foot long hot dog. And I'm going to do my level best to try to get both. if I can. I'm going to try to do my best to get both. Hey, I'm doing, man. I'm doing. 6 of the 7 says, hey, Bon, how you doing? I'm doing. Never heard of a foot-long hot dog? Are you kidding? You've never heard of a foot-long hot dog? Dude, you've been robbed, man. You were robbed, bro. Oh, foot-long hot dogs were awesome, man. You pull into A&W, and they had these awnings, you know, they had an awning that stuck out the side of the building. And then you pull in, you park under the awning, all right? And they had this little speaker thing, and you spoke into the speaker and said, I want a foot-long hot dog, and I want a large A&W root beer. And the lady comes out on roller skates with this big ass metal tray, and she sets it down on your car window, and it's got this big foot-long hot dog, and it's got a big mug of A&W root beer, and boy, I tell you, that there ain't nothing like it. There's nothing like it, man. And back then, see, hot dogs weren't filled with a bunch of junk. They were actual hot dogs. They had, you know, real meat in them, and so they were healthy back then too. And it was an experience, man. I mean, I keep telling people, the '60s and the '70s were badass. They were badass. You know, and you know, you turn on your radio, and there's not a bad song anywhere on the radio. Nowhere. Everywhere you turn on that radio, there's always a good song. Always. Doesn't matter whether it's country, rock, jazz, whatever. There's always a good song on the radio. And you tell people that, and they look at you like a deer in headlights, like, no, man, that's not possible. Well, I'm sorry, but it is possible. And it did happen because I lived through it. It was amazing. We used to park our car under a shade tree, and we used to work on our own cars. Did you know that? I put dual exhaust on my own car. I had a 1974 Gran Torino 4-door. I called it the Big Green Machine, and I literally dualed out my exhaust, and it was, oh gosh, it sounded awesome. It sounded so badass. And see, when you use real dual exhaust, you get better gas mileage too, and better horsepower. And so, you know, I dualed out my car, and I had a buddy of mine. He had a big Plymouth station wagon, and we put racing stripes on the side of his station wagon, and we dualed it out, and we put big size 50 tires on the back, and it was a totally different life, man. It was a totally different reality, man. It was just so much more badass than what we have today. You know, you had to experience it firsthand in order to understand, I reckon. But it was just amazing. It was an amazing time, and I wish we could get back to that. Maybe we can. I don't know. We'll see. The gods and goddesses, you know, can pretty much do whatever they want. So maybe they'll fling us backwards in time. That'd be nice. Go back to the days of A&W root beer stands. Ben and Jerry's, or not Ben and Jerry's, but Big Boy. We used to go to Frisch's Big Boy, and they had awnings too. You know, park under the awning. Out, girl on skates comes out with a big Frisch's Big Boy sandwich, and that tartar sauce that they had on there, man, it was a special sauce. It wasn't really tartar; it was like a special sauce. That special sauce is what made the sandwich, man. It was great. And if that wasn't enough, you could go to Riverfront Coliseum and watch the Cincinnati Reds play. And that was amazing, because back then it was still about the game, not about money. And so, you know, everybody was hyped up about the game, and it was great, man. It was fucking awesome. It was a great time to be alive, man. It really was. I wish y'all could have experienced it. And who knows? Maybe we can get back to that way again. I don't know. I hope so. That would be nice. It would be nice if we could get America back to that way again. That would be great. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. Am I afraid of blue? No, no. Blue is like Cyrax, dude. He's like 98 pounds soaking wet. So no, I'm not. Wasn't there a contract? What contract? What are you talking about? Contract? Ain't no contract. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by contract. Ain't no contract out on me. Ain't no contract out on me. Besides, those are illegal anyway. Right? Yeah. The financial backers had one mission, and that was to get all this stuff with the tax liens took care of. Well, that's been done, so that's the end of that. And I'm not allowed to talk about them anymore anyway. So that's the end of that. No, everything has been done that's been done as far as I know. As far as I know. And I'm not allowed to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. What's done is done. It is done. It's over with. And that's the end of it. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and tell the haters, no more talking about the backers, period. Anyway, it's almost 2 hours and John is not here, so I don't know what the hell to do. So I'll just keep talking, I guess, until he finally gets around to coming back. It's the only thing I know to do. No, the one behind me is the old PC. The new PC is right here, next to me. Bun, do you think the gods will help Andrea renounce her ways and come back? I just want everyone to be happy. Dude, listen to me. All right, you want to know what destroyed Andrea? Christianity. Christianity destroyed Andrea. Because remember, when Andrea came here, she was a pagan. She was a Wiccan. And what did the trolls do? What did the haters do? They got her to convert to Christianity. And when she converted to Christianity, what did that do? That created strife in our home, because then we were unequally yoked. And when you're unequally yoked, it creates strife in the home. And then that was by design. That was done on purpose. And then once she converted to Christianity, her whole life just fell apart. Everything fell apart. And the trolls were able to manipulate her and control her and deceive her and lie to her. And, it's sad. It's truly sad. Christianity did that. Christianity destroyed Andrea. It absolutely did. And I've got it all documented. So nobody can deny it. And where is the Christian God in that? I mean, somebody converts to Christianity and then the Christian God lets them get beat up and driven insane and get all their shit taken away. Where's the Christian God in that, man? Huh? Where's he at? He on holiday? Is over in Tahiti sipping a mint julep? Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Yeah, see? So, I mean, and look at my mom. My mom was a Christian for 91 years. She got put on drugs to dope her up. She got all of her shit stolen. She got all of her money stolen. And finally they killed her ass with the COVID vaccine. I mean, where was the Christian God in that? Is the Christian God in the habit of letting his followers get destroyed like that? Is that supposed to be a good thing? Letting his followers get destroyed like that? So yeah, Christianity, man, ain't no good. Ain't no good. And look at myself. I was a Christian for 20 years. What happened to me? Oh, I kept getting killed. I kept getting killed. I kept getting shit stolen from me. I kept getting abused and mistreated and maligned. And Christianity is not what it's cracked up to be. So, and if you're in Christianity and you're doing well and you got lots of money and you got a big job or whatever, go on. That's fine. But most people I know that's been in Christianity got shat on. So, take it for what it's worth. Including me. I got shat on. So, that's just the way it is, man. It is what it is. I got me some grounding socks that you can wear while walking. Oh, very good. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. But yeah, Andrea is no longer a pagan. She is a Christian, as far as I know. Now, which one of her 5 personalities is a Christian? I guess all of them. I don't know. But if you go to her Facebook page, one day she's a police officer, one day she's a firefighter, one day she's a registered nurse, one day she's a college student with a master's degree. She's all over the map. She's all messed up. They messed her mind up good, buddy. They really did a job on her. And that's sad because she had her whole life ahead of her. She was only 25 at the time, folks. 25. They destroyed her, buddy. They destroyed her life. But you can go on her Facebook page and read it for yourself, man. She's all over the map. She's everywhere. She's got 5 personalities. And according to HEW right here in Kentucky, she has 7 mental conditions. 7. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. So she's messed up. So no, Andrea is not coming back. Not, I mean, it would literally take a miracle for her to come back. So no, she's not coming back ever. And not only that, but all the fat haters, because these, there is women hater out there, and every one of them's fat. And Andrew was slim and trim and very attractive. And go look at her now. She's fat. She's ugly looking. And so the trolls and haters are the female trolls and haters. They're all happy with that. They're happy as a clam because now Andrea looks like them instead of how she looked like before when she lived with me. When she lived with me, man, she was top shelf. She was clean. She was skinny. She looked beautiful. She would do her face and do her nails and stuff. She looked awesome. Not no more. Not no more. She's destroyed in every way possible. And that's by design, by the way. That's all by design. No shoes required. Well, that's good. General Miller wants me, huh? Who's General Miller? The video's on my channel. Okay. Well, I'm not on YouTube, remember? I got banned from YouTube. Fight the good fight, Mountain Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, General Miller, I don't know who you mean. Don't know who you mean, and frankly, I don't give a shit. I've got my own problems. Got my own problems to deal with. Now, if they're offering me to come back to the military, well, maybe. But then if they want that, they'll land a helicopter right out there in that field and come get me, right? I mean, that's all they got to do. Land a damn helicopter out there and say, let's go. Well, they ain't done that, have they? So I think the General Miller thing is just trolling. That's all that is. That's trolling. Because anytime they want me, all they got to do is land a helicopter out there in that field. Well, they ain't done it, have they? No. So is the military wanting me back? No. That's a lie. So whoever told you that, they're full of shit. Because believe me, they know where I am. They know who I am. And all they got to do is land a helicopter out there. And they haven't done that. So anybody telling you that I'm going back into the military or that I'm going back to doing government work, they're full of shit. They're full of shit until you hear it from me. And I'm obviously I wouldn't be able to say much, but if the government wanted me back or if the military wanted me back, I'd tell you. I'd say, yeah, I'm going back. I wouldn't be able to give no specifics, obviously, because it'll probably be classified as fuck. But if they wanted me back, I would go back. But that's not going to happen. Okay. Besides, I'm crippled as fuck. I got lymphedema in my right leg, and I got a hip going out with arthritis and bursitis, and I got problems with my back. So they ain't gonna hire me no way, unless they want me to fly a desk or something, which they might. I don't know, but I don't see that happening. Charlie Miller is a criminal. You know that, right? And a former Grand Wizard of the KKK, if I recall correctly, as well. No, no, I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. Do you understand the difference? I am on StreamYards. I am on software, but I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. The only reason you're seeing it on YouTube is because StreamYards is sending it to YouTube. That's the only reason. Otherwise, you wouldn't see me at all. But I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. You understand the difference? I hope so. Serious stuff. Yeah, whatever. Vaughn, you need to be careful with blasphemy against Christianity. Blasphemy against Christianity? Are you fucking kidding me? My mother and father were Christians all their lives, and they're dead. And they got all their shit stolen. Where was the Christian God in that? So don't talk to me about Christianity. You reached me too late, dude. I was a Christian for 20 fucking years. What did it get me? Nothing but aggravation. That's all it ever got me. I never got anywhere when I was a Christian. So no, you reached me too late. Sorry. There's no way in hell I'd go back to Christianity. Especially now that I know that the Christian God is Moloch. Holy shit. There's no way I'd ever go back and serve a demon? Really? No, I'm not going to serve no demon. I'm not going to serve a demon. Sorry. It's John that has it on the boob tube. Yeah. You should come back and do your old videos and on aliens and stuff. YouTube ain't gonna let me back because I'm a real conservative. Why do you think they got rid of me? They told me in their own damn email, the reason we're getting rid of you is because you're a real conservative. They said that. They actually said that shit. Okay, they don't want real conservatives on their website. So hey, that's fine by me. I went to Odyssey. I went to Gab. I got 2,000 subs on Gab, dude. I'm doing pretty good on Gab. So I don't need YouTube. What the fuck I need YouTube for? YouTube can go to hell. YouTube's going to go down anyway. I already told you that was coming. YouTube's going down, man. I don't know when, but they're going down. I already told you that. That is a thing, man. That is a real thing. It's going to happen. I'll put my mobile over there and let it be charging. I'm at half charged, so I need to let it be charging. But anywho, yeah. Bond, do you think war is coming to the United States, or is Trump saving us from war? I don't know. I don't know. That's not in my purview. My purview is to do the will of the gods and goddesses of freedom religion, and to tell you whatever it is they want me to tell you. That's it. That's all I do. I do what they want me to do, and I tell you if they have something to tell you. And that's it. Everything else, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I don't give a shit. Sharpie scratched on the door for Big Dog so that I would give Big Dog some more food. Teamwork. Let's see. Do I think war is coming to the United States? Don't know. Don't care. That's not in my purview. My purview is that if the gods and goddesses of freedom religion give me something to tell you, I tell it. Or if there's something going on in my personal life, I do it. Or if the gods and goddesses want me to do something on a national or on a statewide or a national wide level, or even a globalist level, I will do it. But that's it. I can't even use my own magic to save myself. I have to rely on others. That's by design. That way nobody can come to me later on and say, well, you did this and you did that. No, because I can't. I am totally reliant upon others and reliant upon the gods and goddesses. That's it. I can't do anything on my own. Folks, think about this. Do you really think I would have let this bullshit with my kids drag on for 20 goddamn years? If I had the ability to use my magic to stop it? Fuck no. I would have stopped it in an Augenblick. Okay? So no. I'm at the mercy of, the gods and goddesses. They've got a plan. I don't know fully what the plan is, but they said they were going to restore that which was broken in my life. And so I'm going to let them do it. I'm giving them a chance to do it. And in the meantime, they told me that they're going to fix America, which is badly broken, and restore us back to a republic again. That sounds fucking awesome to me. So, and by extension, possibly even restoring China back to a republic. Because see, China before World War II was a republic as well, just like America. And a lot of Chinese on Getter were asking me, hey man, are they going to restore? And I said, yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. Good chance of it. So we'll see how that goes. But, that's my focus. My focus is on my shit and anything the gods and goddesses wish to impart to you. And that's it. That's all I do, man. That's all I do. Good to hear Sharpie's still kicking. Yeah, Sharpie's still around. Yeah, Sharpie's still around. What if God tells someone else to inform you of something? You won't listen? The gods and goddesses, if they want me to know something, they tell me directly. Period. Period, end of story. Do you think that you're the only one who knows of God? I'm the only one that knows of freedom religion and the gods and goddesses thereof. Well, not anymore, because now we got 3 other members of our religion. So we're now a whopping 4 people. But no, God, the Christian God is not real. The Muslim God is not real, and the Jewish God is not real. And I don't serve them anyway. I serve the God and the goddesses of freedom religion. Don't fix shit. I do what the gods and goddesses want me to do. They want me to fix something, they'll tell me. Whatever happens to you, just know that you were loved and that you denied of it. You don't know what love is. Okay, what are you trying to say here? Are you trying to say somebody's going to try to kill my ass or something? Well, that was that loving Christianity again now, isn't it? Don't hand me Christianity. Christianity is bullshit. People tried helping you. No, people did not try helping me. Because if people tried helping me, they would give money to my Cash App, and I wouldn't be in the red right now, right? Where's all my subscribers? Where's all the people donating to my Cash App and donating to my Patreon and donating to PayPal and so where's that all at? Everybody else is getting it. The trolls are getting it. What was it we said that them trolls, them longtime trolls from years ago that used to be trolling God TV radio? Brett Keane, remember Brett Keane of God TV Radio? The trolls that used to troll him? They were bringing in $750 a month. And that's before the super chats. That's before Patreon and PayPal and all the other shit. That was just YouTube alone. $750 a month. Okay, so please, you got money to give to a bunch of fucking haters, but you ain't got money to give to me? Give me a break, dude. I don't want to hear no shit. All right? Y'all could have been helping me. You could have been supporting me. You ain't got one fucking dollar to give me to put on my Cash App every week or every month or whatever. I mean, $1 a month, dude. 2,000 people giving $1 a month. That's $2,000 a month. That pays my bills. That would keep me in the red. But you won't do it. I don't know why. You'd rather give your money to a bunch of haters, Brett Keane haters first, then John's haters, then my haters, then Cyrax's haters. You give money to these haters, but you won't give no money to people trying to bring you the truth. So I don't want to hear no shit, dude. When you start giving money to people that are trying to help you, then things will change. Until then, nothing changes. That's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. You should be banned from all the internet, you psychopath. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Slayer Chow is sniping you. I don't give a fuck. It's not my YouTube channel. Is it? It's not my YouTube channel now, is it? No. Not my fucking YouTube channel. I'm not on YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. If you were a nicer guy, people would help you. Bullshit. Being nice ain't got nothing to do with it. Being nice ain't got nothing to do with it. The drunken peasants were not nice at all. They were scumbags. And you gave them $750 a month on YouTube. They got $750 a month on YouTube. So don't hand me no shit. Drunken peasants were not nice people at all. They were scumbags. They were a bunch of losers. But they got $750 a month. Each one of them, mind you. My mother was not Rosie the Riveter. How the fuck would you know, dumbass? Was you around in 1945? No, you were not. Now were you? So shut the fuck up. You weren't there. Vaughn, I prayed for you to get better and better yourself, and you won't listen. God told me. You're right. I don't serve a demon. I don't serve Moloch, okay? Go read your Bible, Christian, where it says they threw their babies and their children into the fires of Moloch. Go read that shit. It's in the Bible. Oh, wait, y'all don't read your Bible. You just listen to the pastor, right? Yeah, go read your Bible. Actually, go read the damn thing because you're missing a lot. They're at least worth the comedy. Yeah, whatever. You are not nice. Okay, well then I'm not nice. I don't give a shit. 1929. Uh-huh. Who's the drunken peasants? Google it. For fuck's sake, you got Google. Google it. Yeah, sure I did, Revolver. Yeah, sure I did. Any ET activity? Nope, nothing right now. Everything's quiet. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. Where the fuck is John at? It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. Where the fuck is he? Oh, it says he's offline. Oh, well, there you go. I guess he's offline. Yep, he's offline. Well, shit. How the hell am I supposed to turn this off? I ain't got no tools. I don't have any tools to turn the damn thing off. Oops. Oh well. Who cut your gas line? You don't remember? I told everybody who cut my gas line. You don't remember? You having a momentary lapse of reason? For some reason? For some reason, you lack reason. You're the one I want. You are the one I want. Lordy. There's no ETs. Okay, no, whatever. Whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. Believe what you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't answer to you. I don't answer to you. I answer to the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. That's who I answer to. I don't answer to you. Thankfully. Thankfully, I don't have to answer to any of you. I answer to the gods and goddesses. Well, John, I don't know where the fuck you went, and I have no controls to turn off your show, so I guess it'll go on into the night. Yes, my cat was shot with a sniper rifle. That's right. Because the cat saved my life. The cat woke me up. It was freezing cold, and I would have froze to death in my house, but my cat woke me up, and when they found out the cat woke me up, they shot it with a sniper rifle. Yes, that really happened. These people are vindictive, shitty pieces of shit. You got any room left in you? The trailer for a plus-sized woman? No. No, I do not. John should be here, but he's not here, so nothing I can do about it. Like I said, I ain't got no tools. I ain't got no equipment. No way of shutting it off. So, oh well. And he's not online. It doesn't say he's online on Steam. And I went on Team, and it says he's offline there. And let's see. Let's check WhatsApp. See if he's there. 6:14. Yeah, that's almost an hour ago. So he's not there either. So yeah. So yeah. I'm looking for a place to live. Well, you ain't gonna live here. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but it's showing him offline. So, oh well. Let's see if I can get him to respond. Declined. Flood advisory. Okay. Well, flood advisory then. All right. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Copilot. Well, hi, Copilot. How the hell are you? Dirt, 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 dirt. Oh yeah! Oh, there he's back. We got him green again. Dear, 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 dear. Oops. Doop, 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 doop.
Vaughn, I'm so sorry. I'm doing Lyft. I'm making money, and
Right.
I told Sammy goes, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done for the night." I thought I hit the X. I thought I hit end the show.
No,
I thought I hit end the show. I swear to God, Vaughn. I
no,
thought I hit end the show.
no, 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 you didn't. No, you
So
didn't.
you're telling me you
Been going this whole time. Yeah, it's been going. It's been going this whole time.
uh,
Yeah,
I,
yep. Yeah, I've been holding down the
I
fort,
owe
man.
you a cheeseburger. I owe you a cheeseburger for holding down the law.
Yeah, there you go. I will
So
gladly
how's your
pay
night
you a
going?
cheeseburger. It's going. I mean, the outside chat's full of haters, of course. Saying I raped my
Really?
wife and molested my kids and beat people up and everything else.
They're
The
such
usual shit.
trashy people.
The
I mean,
usual shit.
they got what do they got? Nothing better to do with their lives than to fucking
No,
aggravate
they
people.
don't. They don't because they're YouTube trolls. That's all they got. That's all
Yeah,
they got,
YouTube.
man. Is hate. That's all they got is hate. That's all they got is hate. They
All
don't
right,
have anything.
Let me pull over to the side,
All right.
and let
Sounds
me
like a
just
winner.
start. Let me start. I'll pull over to the side, and I'll start fucking taking out. Who has to go? What's their names?
There's a shit ton of them. I don't know. Just grab them and start hitting the ban button. Pardon me. Just grab them and start hitting the ban button. I mean, that's all you got to do.
We got Revolver out there. Yeah, Revolver Bernie's got it. That piece of shit has to go.
Yeah, yeah.
That one has to
Man, there's
go.
a bunch of them out
Red
there.
has to go. Red's a piece of garbage.
Yep, yep, yep.
Sabella, they had to go. That's a piece of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Green, piece of garbage. That's got to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we got a holy shit, Vaughn.
Yeah, they all came. They came when they saw you were gone. See, they come and started spamming the
You know
chat.
what? It's a good thing now that we got the house cleared out. Now we can have the next show, and we won't have the trash bags
We won't
coming
have
in.
a bunch of shit. Yeah, hopefully. The problem is these guys have like 1,000 fucking YouTube accounts,
Yeah.
and I don't know why YouTube doesn't stop that shit, but they don't. So.
What's the update on StreamYards connecting to Odyssey? What's the update on that?
There is none at the moment. They said it's a money issue. It said it's extremely expensive, and either Odyssey can't afford it, or StreamYards can't afford it, or neither one can afford it. But it's apparently very expensive, And I forget which one I talked to. I talked to both, but I think it was
you talked to
Odyssey.
both of them. Yeah.
I think it was Odyssey that said it's extremely expensive, and that's why they didn't go ahead with it or something. I'd have to look again, but one of them said it was extremely expensive, and that's why they ain't done it. So I don't know. I don't know. I have to go with what they tell me, and so that's basically it in a nutshell. But yeah, and isn't it interesting that YouTube didn't flag none of these comments themselves? You had to come back and do it. Where was YouTube at when they were sitting there making all these accusations about me? I guess YouTube don't give a shit. I guess not.
Shannon says, "Hey John, what's going on, Shannon?
Yeah.
You're gonna start reforming yourself and repent on being a YouTube troll, Shannon?"
That's never going to happen. That'll never happen. That will never fucking happen. No way.
I could make an honest. Well, I think Vaughn. I think I can make an honest woman out of Shannon. What do you think?
No. No, you can't.
I bend her over and give her the goods. I won't make it. You don't think so?
You cannot change a leopard's spots, bro. Okay, no.
It's
You
that
cannot
bad with
change
Shannon,
the
is it? Okay.
You cannot change a leopard's spots. Once a YouTube troll, always a YouTube troll. That will never change.
All right.
That will never
You
change.
heard it here, folks. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I know.
That's it,
I don't
Shannon.
think.
There's no
Look
hope.
at all the people we put in jail in the hope of reforming them. Do they ever get reformed? No. They go in jail. They learn how to make even more crime, and then they come out worse.
And then they get even worse, right? They become even badder and tougher. Yeah.
Yeah, because they become a better thief, a better crook, a better criminal. They work out on weights and become this, super buff, and so they come out being a worse criminal than they went in. So, yeah, it's craziness. It's absolute craziness.
That is, you know what? You're kind of right on that. I will agree on prison reform.
Oh yeah,
that is one issue that's completely bullshit. Yeah.
Let's make dungeons great again, shall we? Let's make dungeons great again. Because that's what we need. We don't need jails. We need dungeons.
Yeah, Iron Maidens. Let's make Iron Maidens great again.
Yeah, let's make Iron Maidens great again. There you go. Yeah. Distracted driving. I'm calling the cops. Yeah, well, that sounds like a typical fucking troll.
I'm not distracted. I'm driving perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if I actually got your mother here sucking on my knob at the same time. Doing pretty good if I say so myself.
Yeah, there you go.
I see. I can't talk like that anymore because I gotta deal with Shannon. If I want to make an honest woman out of Shannon, I can't be talking like that.
Yeah, well, you can't.
I don't know, man. I think everyone has the ability to get better, but
now that's not
very difficult.
Okay, stop, because that's not true. According to the tripartite tractate, you have three types of people. You have Hylics, you have prophetics, and you have Gnostics. You have three types of people. The Hylics cannot be changed. They cannot be made into prophetic.
Wait, Shannon a Hylich? Is she that bad that she can't be changed?
She cannot be changed. She is a Hylic. She cannot be changed. She is she's materialistic. She has no connection to source, and so therefore she cannot be changed.
All right, Vaughn, I'm going to end the show. I got another driver I'm picking up. I'm going to go do this other driver. I gotta make some money. Vaughn, if I got some time tonight, I will play some killing. All right.